How are you doing? My name is George. I'm a truck driver nation. And what I want to have a quick conversation about, if you're not actually interested in understanding what you're doing in trucking and what's going on, then you might just want to pass this. But what I'm offering an opportunity is if you want a driving position, I'll stick you with a carrier. That's not a problem. I recruit. A truck driver nation, I do one thing and one thing mainly is I'm trying to get you to realize why are you even doing that to yourself? I drove for 24 years. Out of that 24 years, I have a lot of regrets. But the thing is about the industry, it's not fair. And what I want to discuss with you real quick is why you really should consider getting out of the truck. And what I did is I built a truck freight dispatching school, and my people make over double. I mean, really, they make like 135% more on average. So instead of you making 1,000, 1,500, you're making anywhere from give or take on an average week because you're only dispatching 5 trucks, 7 trucks if you really want to. If you go beyond that, then you're starting to make it too thin, so you can't help the owner operators. Um, in my course, give you everything. I give you the lead so you can get the owner operators. I give you one-on-one training. When you actually need assistance, it is a virtual course, so all the stuff is in videos. But when you need help, you just simply set up a meeting with me, and I'm actually the one that trains you as well. But I want to go over the reasons you need to really reconsider. And I'm not reaching out to the regular public. I only reach out to fellow truck drivers. I could give a crap about the regular public. I'm only concerned about my own. But anyways, for one, let's go over this here real quick. If you got a moment, if you get tired of watching it, just kill it. Maybe this ain't for you. But the point is, I want to get you out of the truck where you work from home. You don't have to work in the office, and you get to be with your family. You ain't got to work all late at night, putting chains on, weather, blowing out tires on the side of the road service. Dealing with crappy shippers and receivers with freaky attitudes and all those things that none of all the stuff that we don't like. You can eat at home, eat a decent meal, be able to take a shower when you want to, be with your loved ones, and all of those things that you end up giving away by being an over the road truck driver. And even local and regional, you're not making nothing. Okay, over the road pays the most, but local and regional, I'm not even going to compare with because there's no money in it when it compared with actually learning to be a freight dispatcher. But anyways, so pay isn't always what it seems. Cents per mile, yeah, right. It sounds good until it really isn't. So drivers hear 60 cents per mile. They hear all the way up to 75% per mile, 80 cents per mile. At one point, when the economy was halfway decent, they were actually doing $1 per mile. But there was a lot attached to it that made it where it wasn't fair. Because these companies don't have no regulations on how they're able to treat you when it comes to your compensation for your work. Um, and they do look down on you. I don't care what they say. I know it because I recruit for about 58 trucking companies. But obviously, what it is, so drivers hear 60% a mile and they think it's solid, but don't realize that they're only paid for loaded miles, not empty miles, and the time spent sitting. Do you know how much time you spend sitting in that truck? Okay, I'm not going to get off into it because I'm trying to make it short. And the empty miles, is unbelievable. I mean, it's a big percentage. You'll be surprised how much deadhead miles you do and you don't get paid, or they give you a reduced rate, or whatever it is. Unpaid waiting time, like detentions, most drivers don't get properly paid for sitting 2 to 6 hours at docks. That's unpaid labor. Ain't nothing you can do about it because this is under FMCSA. You're an over-the-road driver. Also, they shorten your miles by they do a household or Rand McNally miles, which is basically zip to zip. Many companies use short mile routing to calculate pay, cheating drivers out of real miles driven. And these are facts. These ain't nothing made up. I've been doing it for 24 years. Take my word, or you don't, or don't. You know, lease purchase programs. Oh my God, where do I start? Only 1% of these people that do lease purchase actually complete it. So people say, oh yeah, come on. They take the gravy off the biscuit. So they take 20, 25%, and the rest of that money goes to you. Yeah. But then you got to pay all the bills. By the time they get them pulling out bills, escrows, fuel, everything, there is nothing left. I mean, I know drivers that go into the red. They have literally worked crap loads of hours, run tons of miles, and they literally are in the red. Drivers think they're becoming owner operators, but they're often locked into deals with crazy deductions, truck payments, insurance, maintenance, etc. We're talking about cents per mile, 15 cents per mile for truck maintenance, and they get less than that by whatever carrier whatever trucking company they're renting that equipment from. Fuel surcharges. Sometimes companies keep part of the surcharge instead of passing it on the driver, or keep all of it, even to the owner operators, them being unaware. Lack of industry knowledge, many drivers focus only on getting behind the wheel, not realizing uh, what to negotiate, how to read the rate confirmation, and what they're entitled to legally. And that's the whole point behind this. They're not going to teach you. The longer they can keep you dumb, that's what they want to. They want to keep ripping your money off. Why many drivers don't realize that they're being cheated? Because they're focused on driving, not business. That you're depending on the carrier to do you right. They're not doing you right, and nobody's keeping them in check for them to do you right. Most drivers don't have time or training to study logistics, contracts, or rates. That's the reason I'm here. You know, I can prove who I am. I can prove my references. I can prove everything about what I've been doing. And that's the reason I welcome people to call me. For transparency, companies don't break down the pay clearly. They do it in weird codes. So if you don't know how the freight was actually handled, you don't see it, and they're ripping you off. Um, Drivers just see the final number, not how it's being calculated. 100%. They're told this is just the industry. No, it ain't the fucking industry. It's what they're doing to you. Okay. So they accept it and they just keep on moving. Most people don't want to resist. I'm a resistant person. Even when I was owner operator, I couldn't even get a fair shake, Harlan, because even when I was dealing with them, they used the trailer because I didn't always have my trailer and I was doing either drop and hook or whatever I was doing. They were always getting me and I knew it and I couldn't do nothing about it. It was literally you are in a wedge between working for these companies and the way they start ripping you off. And that's the reason the companies grow so fast. I mean, do you ever question yourself, why do they get so big so fast? They ain't got that much money. They're not taking their money out of their bank accounts and dumping it into those business or making loans. If you understand how they're doing, because I seen them and I know what they're doing. I watch them. I can tell you what they're doing. Um, Anyways, freedom plus flexibility. This is the reason I'm trying to offer that you get out of that truck. You come to me, you take the freight dispatching course and get the out of the truck. It don't make no sense what you're doing. People want to put it in nice ways. Oh, yes, here we offer a freight dispatching program where you make X amount of money, and it's true. But thing is, they don't understand trucking. Not like I do. They don't care. They've never been in a truck. They've never given away their life. They never missed their families. They just don't care about us. So the whole point behind this is you work from home. You can be anywhere you want if you do this. You ain't got to be sitting in your house. Work at cafes, travel the world, whatever you're doing. I mean, that's what I do now. I mean, I live in Rosella, which is in Illinois, but I go all over the place. I go down to the Caribbean islands, everything. As long as I keep my internet up and I keep my owner operators happy because I actually dispatch too. I've got 7 step deck trucks that I dispatch because I teach the school, but the way I built the school, it's all inclusive. It's all through videos, the content, the test, the practice test, and everything. It took me a lot of energy, and I built every part of this course. Nobody helped me. I have to do everything on my own because people only want to know what they can get out of you. And if you do this, you're going to be the same way. You're now in charge of your own business, and there ain't even hardly no investment. If you've got a computer, laptop, a noise canceling headset, and your internet, trust me, you are good. I will show you everything else. My phone number works. You call, I answer. If it's not me, it's my wife. And I do have other people working for me. Yes, but I deal with this. They're doing other stuff because we still recruit for trucking companies. But the point is, I know what's going on. Even the ones I'm recruiting for the trucking companies, I want them out of the trucks. I want people to become dispatchers. I'm telling you, you are the last person on in the food chain of where the money comes from to where it's going, that you're the last person seeing the money. And by that time, everybody's ripped it all off. Um, so doing this, you get to work from home anywhere where you got Wi-Fi. Okay. You set your own hours. There's no long haul, no hours of service rules. There's no sitting at the docks. There's no SAP programs. Not saying you should get stoned and try to load trucks, but the point is they're ruining your career, right? There's no putting chains on, no nighttime driving, no sitting on the roadside waiting for roadside service to come help you, trying to beg the company to get some help out there to you. Now running out of money and then begging somebody for an advance because you didn't make no money even though you worked those hours, and now you ask them for some money so you can at least feed yourself, not including all the bills and things you actually have back at home, whether you get kids or not. They don't care. Okay, I used to be able to get whatever I needed when I was on the road. When I was actually back when I originally started, I just called and say, "Hey, I need $400 advance," and they'd give it to me because I know I ran hard. Now they won't even hardly give you $50 or $100 if they'll give you that. High earning potential, when done right, and I'm here to teach you how to do it step by single step. There ain't no point where you're like, well, I'm not sure where to go from here. I have done everything where you can understand where you go and how you do it next. Dispatchers can make 10 to 15% per load managed. That's per truck. Okay. So take a truck. If your truck dispatches whatever thousands of dollars that you're dispatching on a truck, that percentage is what you get every single week off that truck for taking care of them and making sure they're loaded. With just 3 to 5 active carriers, the dispatcher makes between $4,000 to $8,000 or more a month, and it is or more. So you're talking about $2,000, 2,500 a week. The numbers are there. It doesn't lie. Plus per week. So, and you're in control. You choose who you want to work with. You ain't got to work with every owner operator that calls you because you're picking them out. I give you the contact so you can talk to them. And when you're ready to talk to them, you're already a truck driver. So it's an easy transition. I get so many students that by the time they get hold of me, they've been took the truck driving course and, they're upset because they didn't realize it because nobody told them that they wasn't going to make no money. And they're not. And if they can go to the truck stop and talk to other truckers, and they'll tell you exactly what I'm telling you. Your truck stops are everywhere. Go down there and talk to them. They'll talk to you, the truck drivers. Um, Now, as you choose who to work with, you also negotiate the freight rates with the brokers. I teach you all this. You run your own business and not someone else. So it is your business. It's literally in your name. The people you hire or whatever you decide to do, it's yours. And what truck drivers should know, you need to read the fine print on all the contracts. These are things that you need to read before you start dealing with these trucking companies. That way you can see what you're doing. You're not making no money. You're spending so much money to eat trash food, take showers in public spots. It's just once you get the full picture of what it is to live as a trucker, you're gonna realize you're wasting your life. I'm not being negative about it because somebody has to move the freight. But if you're gonna do it, help owner operators. You know, You can make a lot more money and you can even put your family to work. Teach them how I'm teaching what to do. It ain't magic. I can literally teach you and you teach them. Because when you actually attend my course, I turn the stuff on inside my website and it's yours. I don't never turn it off. Track every mile and every hour. Don't leave money on the table so it's telling you when you're going to do this. Make sure you're getting paid for every hour. I mean, every mile and every hour that you're working. You're going to realize how much money that you're actually missing that they're not paying you for. Thing is, you can't negotiate with them. One, they'll just fire you. I know that sounds wrong. I don't care how hard working you've been doing, they will just fire you because they think truck drivers are nothing. They just get them a dime a dozen. Um, Learn the rates, the lanes, and broker relationships, how they really work. You'll understand where even they're scamming money off of you. They're playing buddy buddy, I'll take care of you and forget these other people type of thing because they're probably kicking them back money and all kinds of stuff. And thing is, all it does is gives that driver more miles they have to run. It doesn't make him make more. He's just working himself to death. And also all that sleep deprivation and stuff, it ain't good for your cholesterol, your sleep. It's really bad on you. You're going to lose about 12 to 15 years of your overall life expectancy by doing this. And that's no bull crap. Consider learning, obviously, what I'm asking you is you really need to consider learning dispatch and transition into an independent freight dispatcher and have your own dispatch service. So that's what I'm going to give you real quick. I know that's mighty cram. I don't want to make this long because I know you're busy, and this is coming through a solicitation to get a hold of me and let me see how I can help you out. But anyways, I hope this helped. I appreciate your time. Please be blessed. Please be safe out there if you're on the road, but reconsider what you're fixing to do. Become a freight dispatcher. It's just so much easier. There ain't no licensure or nothing, and I can teach you how to do it and get you going within a couple of weeks. But anyways, if I can get you going doing this quicker than what it took you to actually go learn to drive that truck. But anyways, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. And Truck Driver Nation, I look forward to hearing from you. All my contact information is below. Make sure to please like or subscribe as well. I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much.